trying to get back into the swing of things. What's happening?
What's up?
I know.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? We are back. We live. We a little bit late, running behind. That is my fault. But how y'all doing?
It's all right.
You.
Yeah, what you got going, Coop?
Well, some minor renovations going on in the studio. You guys might be able to tell from previous episode. Got some upgrades.
Nice.
Get my mic
looking clean.
Appreciate it. All right,
I have a confession.
Uh-oh.
I was running a little late too, and so I didn't realize I was not signed into the Gumbo Google Drive, the Gumbo Google account. So I just got in it. I'm on the drive. Where is this list at? Why are there pictures from a kid's birthday party that I went to that's completely unrelated to Gumbo in here? What did I do?
I have no idea. I don't think I've been in that crowd.
Those pictures have been in there for like a year. I didn't touch them because I was like, I didn't put them in there. They look like this is like some sort of family thing. So I'm assume that Imani knows what's going on here.
I mean, Imani love the kids, but they're not supposed to be in Gumbo.
Oh my goodness.
Give me a hot second to what the heck?
So we're gonna do the another ranking, right?
Yeah, we're updating.
Which movies do we need to update? Black Panther 2.
We didn't rank anything from last year. Anything that came out post WandaVision? No, I think post Falcon. Post Falcon. Did we rank Loki? I don't think we ranked Loki. I don't think anything from the summer.
We
ranked
Loki.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Multiverse of Madness. We ranked. I don't remember ranking Multiverse of Madness. I mean, I'm not saying we didn't, but I
think we did because we talked about it.
Okay.
And if we
I'm
talked about it
right now,
we likely ranked it. Maybe.
Did we get to put it on the list? I don't know if I see it.
Maybe we were saving it for the movie after. Yeah.
Let me see if I
am highly unprepared.
That is the theme for the night. That is for sure. I feel, at least for my part, at least. I found it. Did you got it?
I got it.
Okay.
What's up, Uncool? What's up, Mike?
Mike Porter in the house, the Uncool. Daniel Fisher too.
Daniel.
First commenter, and my mom, of course, in the
What's
comments.
Auntie Cheryl. What's up? I dropped.
Oh yeah, Mike. Of course, Mike Porter is showing up for this episode. He's got everything ranked at the highest possible tier it could ever go. All right, here we go. Man, interesting.
Before we start, do y'all want to argue about how the list currently is?
Oh, you know what we need to do? Hold up. I know Coop rewatched Thor Into the Darkness.
Dark World.
Dark World, yeah.
Into the Darkness.
Hey, I'm sorry to stop y'all real quick. Can you put your hands in the camera, please?
Where's the camera?
The camera's right here. Just put it right there.
Hi guys.
Back up so they can see it.
Oh,
This is my mother, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a strong hand.
This is her strong hand, yes.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
Can you back up, please?
I'm sorry.
Just rub the chin a little bit. Hey yo.
Can you get out? She was plotting on that. She was plotting.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I see. Don't laugh at her.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
All right.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Still, yeah. That's
2015.
Right where it needs.
One with Michael B. Jordan as
that came out. That was 2015. Goodness gracious. Why? I felt more recent. That was almost 10 years ago now. That's 8 years ago.
Don't depress me like that.
Sheesh, that is crazy.
Don't depress me like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when I saw 2015 on there, I was like, "Yo, what? Are you kidding me?"
Imani, did you rewatch Dark World? Oh,
Sorry, they're having a ball in there. Probably. It's been on TV a couple times. I'm sure I've watched it since the last time we talked about it.
Do you feel like it was an error?
Where is it?
At its current rate, it's too low.
It?
It's too
Where
low.
is it? Where is it? Where is it? Dark
Number
World.
40.
I still think Captain Marvel is better. I think it could move lower on the list.
I tell you what. What's
This is a crazy list.
They got
not Ragnarok. What's the last one that came out?
Loving Brother.
Yeah, Love and Brother.
Yeah.
Wow, Love and Thunder. That's not going above it. I guarantee you that. We gonna start.
Dark World is better than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. You don't understand.
Spider-Man 3 is better than Love and Thunder.
This is why this is never gonna go well. Like not that I don't look forward to these rankings, but I recall fighting the Thor: The Dark World placement. I don't know why it's not down here. Why is it up here? It's better than the first X-Men for real.
Yes.
This was your idea to the rankings today.
I know.
So you should have prepared for the smoke.
How about we get the new stuff in and we'll revisit these.
Yeah, let's
the old ones.
Drop them on in the little over to the D side, to the D category. Let's put all the new stuff in so it can be visible. Because what don't we have in here? Did we rank
Range multiverse?
Multiverse. I forgot what's come out. So the multiverse, the Love and Thunder. What other movie? Oh, did we rank Shang-Chi? Yeah, we.
Yeah, Shang-Chi's right there. 5.
Black Panther 2.
That's up there.
Did we put the shows into this list, or are they separate? I don't think we included the shows.
It's just movies, right?
Just movies.
Yeah, just movies.
We did talk about possibly doing that, and
we never got around to it.
Yeah, no. Let's worry about the movies.
Okay, did
Are we missing anything?
I feel like we might be. We might be. Oh, we might be.
No, not in release order.
Oh, Spider-Man, No Way Home. Did we put No Way Home? Oh, we didn't put No Way Home. Mm-hmm. Y'all know what? No Way Home started to drop for me as time went on.
Which one was that?
The most recent one with all 3 Spider-Men.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I remember after that movie, I was like, wow, that was such a great movie. And the more time went on, I was like, wow.
It's packed with nostalgia.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But it's still of those. It's definitely top 2 of in that list of movies. In the new ones, so like Black Panther 2, No Way Home. And did we add not multiverse Into the Spider-Verse? Did we count that?
That's
in
on
this
there.
list. Okay, it's in there.
I think so.
Did we say
no? I think we said no because it was Sony or something like that.
No, I think it was because it was animated.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right.
Interesting.
I'm not against arguing that. Oh, but I think the problem with an animated movie is that there's just so many. So how do we pick?
We'd have to.
Yeah, that was the reason.
We'd have to. Now this is the compiled list because we did rank these by studio too. I remember doing that.
Did Eternals make it on here?
The Turtles?
That's the Eternals. The Eternals.
Oh.
I don't think we got to rank Eternals either.
That's up there. We need to. Yeah, we got to do that.
Eternals.
I don't think. Yeah, you didn't see that in theaters.
I saw it on streaming.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we didn't rank it because you hadn't seen it yet when we did this.
I enjoyed Eternals.
I don't remember if I anticipated. I can't remember what I said. If you would like that or not, I can't remember. That was a while ago.
Thor goes in between that. We'll figure it out. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with these?
Wasn't it?
All right. Well, we
Sure.
already Black Panther already is above all of that.
Yeah, we kind of know where that's going.
So are we thinking?
Eternals start lowest to highest.
Just cut off.
I was going to start in release order, so I think Eternals, then Doctor Strange, then No Way Home.
Okay. Eternals.
Then Thor, then Black Panther. Did I get that right? Or I can check the list that I have handy right here. Oh, Eternals, then Spider-Man, then Doctor Strange, then Thor, then Black Panther.
Well, that's no. Dang, I lost my screen.
Okay. Just gotta swap Spider-Man and Thor. Well, for Eternals, let's see.
We'll get that later.
My first thought is to look at 11 through 20 for Eternals.
That's higher than I thought you would rank it.
Yeah, Eternals is pretty
that's
good.
That's the original Doctor Strange movie.
You want to move Doctor Strange?
No, I'm asking. That's the
Yes, this is Doctor Strange 1.
Okay. I just meant I was just
I don't know if Eternals Eternals might need to be in 21 through 30.
Okay.
It's top 25.
I can put
Deadpool
it over
2. I would
class.
put it above Deadpool 2. How did Age of Ultron get below Deadpool 2? How that happened?
I had something to do with that. I just feel like I'm not even calling you. I like Deadpool 2. I like Deadpool 2.
It's a strong possibility. I feel like
we might
Ragnarok. Oh, we can definitely put Eternals over Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion.
I was gonna say it's above Black Widow for me as well. Eternals. I like Eternals.
Yeah, I could say above Black Widow.
I don't
Why
think
does no one like Morbius? What is the disconnect?
Morbius.
Did we not?
Did we miss Morbius?
We didn't rank Morbius.
Yeah, we didn't rank that.
What about Venom 2? Was Venom 2 on here?
Oh, excuse me.
We done forgot about those movies. We might have missed Venom 2 also.
I think we did. Yep,
Okay.
we sure did. Wow. I liked Morbius too, Mike Porter. Take that.
All right. Let's do Eternals, and then we'll go down to Morbius and Venom 2. Because I want to say Venom 2 might be was a 2021 release.
Propaganda.
Corporate.
He said
corporate sabotage. That's what we called it. I said Eternals at 21.
I'll agree.
So Thor Ragnarok should move down.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with that.
21.
I'm proud of us. No, don't be bad, Mike Porter. We need.
No, we definitely needed that. That was a great reminder because we.
Thank you.
I forgot what we've ranked and what we haven't ranked.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to go to Morbius? My beef with Morbius was that, and it's going to be the same for Venom. I feel like we spoke about this, but we never got to rank it. The movies move way too fast. They're exciting. They're a lot of fun, but they don't really take the time to write an interesting story. It's just, all right, this the good guy, this the bad guy, and they're going to fight the whole movie.
I felt that way more for Venom 2 than I did for Morbius. I thought Morbius pacing was okay. Okay.
I don't disagree. Maybe just once he did turn, then it was just like nonstop, no air to breathe, no nothing. He didn't really get the chance to really see what his new body could do. He instantly had to start fighting somebody. But I don't hate them. I also, the CGI on Morbius, the budget was low.
Would you rewatch Morbius?
Yes, I would rewatch them both. I would rewatch.
Oh, you would also rewatch Venom 2?
Yes, but I would rewatch Morbius first. I think I enjoyed Morbius more than Venom 2. I think so.
Okay, so we know Morbius is going to be above Venom 2.
How you feel about that, Coop?
I agree. I mean, where is it? Is it top 20 or is it top 25, top 30?
At least top 30.
So let's go see what's up with the.
Let's start at 40 and go up. Let's see
How
where
is
we
the
at.
Amazing Spider-Man? Oh, the Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, the one with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're at 40. The
Mm,
New Mutants.
Wow, Mike, I fell asleep on Ragnarok. That.
all right. If I
Ragnarok 2.
oh man, okay.
I've yet to see
I
New
would say
Mutants.
I would say they both go below Iron Man 2.
Morbius
Yeah, in
and
Morbius
Venom.
and then Venom 2. In that Morbius then Venom 2.
I would. What is Venom? Let There Be Carnage. Is that the first Venom?
Is that on here? Oh,
Yeah,
that's the movie we talking about. I'm sorry.
Hey yo.
The Carnage we already had on there, but Morbius, we didn't rank Morbius. I'm 100% sure Morbius is not here. Yes, Morbius was very, very 90s.
I would put Morbius over Let There Be Carnage. Definitely.
I would too. Are we happy? Where is it? I'm not
X-Men, those X-Men movies, like we really need to rethink that at some point. Because
wait, Days of Future Past and First Class?
no, the other ones.
Oh, okay.
I feel like X2 is way too far down on the list, and there's movies above the first X-Men that don't deserve to be above it. Sorry, not sorry. For what they were in the 90s, like, come on now.
They didn't come out in the 90s.
Okay, early 2000s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say. For the time, that was super.
Well, we got to get these movies on the list.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So where we at? Morbius.
Are we happy with where Venom is? Because I heard that it should have moved down to, and both of the Iron Man should be over it. So Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Are we leaving it here?
I feel like the Iron Man movies are better than both of those movies. But
yeah, I would put the Venom 2 over the Iron Man movies. I don't know. I don't care for either three of them.
All right.
So I'm gonna say indifferent. I'm gonna cast a no vote.
It's still top 40.
You gotta break it.
Yeah. In their current ranking, they're still top 40. I feel like that's fair.
I'm comfortable putting Morbius at 35.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. Back to where we were before we remembered that we forgot some movies.
All right. Multiverse of Madness. Ooh.
Man, that was like the most hyped letdown of a movie.
Spider-Man No Way Home was more of a letdown for me than Doctor Strange.
Ooh. Explain.
Everybody did too much talking. The whole movie was spoiled. I knew exactly what was going to happen when I walked in there, and exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. I was bored. And I thought there was going to be more fighting with the Spider-Man. It was just one juicy fight at the end, and they got to be smart together for a little bit.
The one thing in that Spider-Man movie was like Peter Parker, the one for this franchise, he was not making any sense. He was making the worst decisions. The worst decisions.
I think he does habitually. I think this franchise, this new one with Tom Holland, reinforces that he is still a kid and he's going to make childlike mistakes. The first two with Andrew Garfield and the other one, he was a lot more mature, a lot older in spirit, and Tom Holland is just that. He's a kid in high school just jacking everything up with arguably a little bit too much power for someone so young and not making the best decisions. So I'm not mad that he was doing that. I feel like maybe the MCU has Spider-Man right for his age.
He brought 6 villains into his mama house or his aunt house.
Everything is dumb.
That's crazy. Y'all know it. In high school, you was not bringing nobody you didn't rock with in your house.
I only had like 3 friends that was allowed over. And I think if I tried to bring anybody new, my mother would still be like, this ain't this or that or them.
Peter Parker was tripping.
And May was wilding too.
Yes, she was.
I don't blame it all on Peter. Her and Happy was a little. Well, no, she didn't like Happy.
He wasn't, to me, he wasn't acting out of character for this version of Spider-Man. Like, he was acting like how he's been acting for a while. Like, it's just that he doesn't have Tony Stark to rein him in.
Yeah. I think it was still in line with his character.
We can put all of the blame on Doctor Strange. I keep forgetting Doctor Strange was a very important part of that movie.
He co-signed all of this. Like, he never questioned anything.
Did somebody say that Doctor Strange was a scroll or something like that?
I mean, I'm sure that those are theories.
It was definitely one of mine because he wasn't moving.
He was. I mean, it was like he had absolutely no. He didn't hesitate at all. Like, as soon as Peter Parker walked in there with that proposition, he was like, "Okay, let's go, let's do it." Like, oh, I know exactly how to do this. Like, it was like, what? Like, that's what got me more than like anything. Like, I felt Peter Parker was fine, but Strange was acting real bizarre.
Yeah.
And then got mad at him when it went left. And it's like, this is your fault, bro. Like, he couldn't do this without you. Like, this is. You initiated it. You brought this on the world, then you blamed it on Peter. Like, this, he's a high schooler. Like, you should know better.
I'm very thankful that Wong is now the Sorcerer Supreme because he seems to be making much better decisions. Even though he is in every other MCU show and movie popping in and out, at least he's smart.
He over here breaking out prisoners. And, She-Hulk.
Oh man, I forgot.
He put him back.
So where are we putting Doctor Strange?
Where is it? Top? Are we going top 20? Top 40?
Doctor Strange. I would put Doctor Strange above Deadpool.
Top 20? Okay.
Yeah, I would do top 20.
Nah, I don't know. I can't. It's not better
put
than
it above the first Doctor Strange.
It's not better than the first movie. It's not. Yeah. Like, the first movie was definitely.
I'd put it above. So the multiverse was more entertaining than Eternals. It was a funner movie.
I would agree with that.
Story-wise, though, I think Eternals is better. But since it's MCU, I'd go with Doctor Strange.
So we put Doctor Strange in 21.
Yeah,
I co-sign that 21.
I'm not mad at it. This is moving smoother than I thought. I smell an argument. It just has to come at some point.
Sponsorship. Sun-made raisins. Holler at your boy. Hey.
Isn't the acronym MOM?
Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it Doctor in the multiverse?
Andy.
Daniel, I have no idea.
I thought he was in the first movie.
I thought he was Sorcerer Supreme by the time we see him in Spider-Man.
He was Sorcerer Supreme in Endgame, and then after the snap, he lost the title because he was
disintegrated.
And Wong was alive, and Wong got the title because he was whatever second in charge is. But yeah, he does get the title of Sorcerer Supreme for one movie, for whatever that's worth. Not even a full movie, just at the end of the movie, after the original Sorcerer Supreme perishes. Okay,
Spider-Man. Did we put Spider-Man somewhere?
Mm-mm.
No, we didn't.
No way.
That was a weird segue because we were talking about it and then we never actually placed it. We got sidetracked. By Morbius.
That speaks volumes right there. We don't even want to rank it. Crazy.
I tell you, I'm not putting it over the movie we just ranked. That's for sure.
Doctor Strange.
I can start below it. But we go ahead and put Doctor Strange at 20. I will say though, and
I'm not even going.
I'm not going to argue that either.
The top, I would argue the top 30 at this point are great movies. Like they're movies that we love, that we don't have too many complaints for. It's just after a while it gets difficult to rank them. So something being in the top 30 does not make it bad when there are 30 other movies below it.
I agree, which is why I say number 31.
Just like that?
Yes. Yes. Because I'd watch that before I watch Days of Future Past.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's above. I put it above Days of Future Past.
Jamie M, how you feel about that?
But it's not better than Guardians 2.
I'm okay. A-okay. A-okay. Oh, I did like it more than Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Where is Age of Ultron?
It's up. It's like top 20. It's number 19.
That's a huge jump.
I know.
Quite a significant jump. That's not. It ain't jumping that far.
Let's get them in here, and then we can go back to our argument pieces.
I mean, we might be able to walk Age of Ultron down.
It's weird because it's like some movies are definitely like above others, but because it's such a large list, you gotta make sacrifices.
And there might be a movie that's better than one movie, but it's not better than a movie that's ahead of that one, but it's better than the other movie.
Yeah,
a lot.
It's a lot of inverse operations.
Alrighty.
All right, so Thor: Love and Thunder. All right, let's start at the bottom spot and let's work our way up. Okay. That's what I feel.
This is my problem with the Thor movies.
Here's where the argument's going.
If this was the 90s, they'd make an excellent Thor: Love and Thunder. If this was early 2000s, they'd make an excellent Thor: Love and Thunder.
Where's the second Thor movie?
We're in the wrong age for Thor.
It's down there, I think.
No, y'all wanted it higher.
The Dark World?
It's right there. It's number 44.
I don't think Captain Marvel is worse than Thor: Dark World. I'm never going to give that up. I'm so sorry. Neither is the X-Men. Neither is X-Men: The Last Stand.
The X-Men movies need to be below. They need to be lower. Those X-Men movies were Garbino trash. Straight Garbino.
So it's going somewhere between. It's going somewhere between 45 and 60, in my opinion. It's going somewhere in there. It's somewhere in there.
Where is it going?
That's a rough list, dog.
I'll say my biggest beef with Thor: Love and Thunder, there was definitely some CGI problems. There's just some spots where they gave up, and then.
What was Russell Crowe doing in that movie?
What was that even about?
I didn't make it but 10 minutes in before I turned it off.
Did you finish this movie?
I couldn't. I was unable. I couldn't do it. I could not. It was literally torture.
You saw 10 minutes of it.
The movie was torturous. I couldn't do it.
Wait a minute. You rewatched Thor: The Dark World, but you did not watch Thor: Love and Thunder.
Absolutely.
No sense.
Absolutely.
No, it's not better than New Mutants. It is not. What's New better than New Mutants?
Love
and Thunder is not
Love and Thunder is better than. I don't understand.
New Mutants was great.
I don't understand the beef with New Mutants, yo. That movie was not that bad.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I haven't seen it yet.
That's still corporate sabotage. That's all that was. Corporate sabotage. Because the movie was not that bad.
That's
like
crazy.
It had so much. There's a lot of potential, and I thoroughly enjoyed the story.
I lied.
It's got Anya Taylor-Joy in it. You know, it's got Charlie Heaton.
That movie was
Got
great.
Macy Williams. Like it's a fan. Like
It's got Alice Braga.
Watch it. You need to watch this.
If there
For
wasn't
sure.
so much internal turmoil, they could have gotten a second one out. I thought it was scary. It was actually, it could have been scarier for them to call it horror sci-fi. I'd say it was on the edge of horror side, but they could have made a second one and made it even scarier. I'm sorry, all the stuff that Anya was going through in that movie, like I want to see more of that, but now they can't because nobody is a kid now. They were like teens when they filmed this. Got my blood pressure up.
So sad.
Wait a minute. There is so it's nowhere. Where are we putting this movie
on? Like Breakfast Club. Interesting. Most interesting.
Breakfast Club. Oh.
Kind of, sort of. If like Breakfast Club was a mental asylum, yeah,
absolutely. Sure. And they all had.
I can see the analogy.
Okay. Don't you forget about me.
Where are we putting this?
Which one is this? This is Love and Thunder.
I feel like, can you even rank it? You watched 10 minutes of it. I feel like
I feel like I saw enough. It's cool. Below 11.
I would. Oh my goodness!
I'd rather watch Ghost Rider.
You didn't finish the movie. You don't even know.
Yo.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying why you gotta watch the movie.
It was torturous, literal torture. I could not finish it.
Oof, man, where am I putting this? 50.
The movie. We're talking about Thor. Why do they ruin Thor like this? I don't understand.
I will say, it's better than Rise of Silver Surfer. That's as good as it's going to get for me. Because the story, the villain that they chose, I don't understand. They ruined this entire.
They definitely did not give him
books. Like it was.
I'm telling you, man.
I don't understand.
You're in the wrong age for Thor. It is not.
Who's trying to have more screen time?
Like,
what's his name? Gore
the God Butcher.
The God Butcher.
We definitely didn't get to see him butcher many gods. That's for sure.
Dang.
There should have been more. Okay, the same horror elements that were in Multiverse of Madness should have been in Love and Thunder, because that's kind of how it plays out in the comic books. Like Gore he is terrifying. That whole plot is like, I mean, that is his Joker. And they just completely botched that. Botched it.
I think remember when we watched, what was it? What If? And the Infinity Stones were working in the different universes, but then that's the exact opposite of what they said at Loki. And then the writers admitted that was
they didn't know what they were doing.
That again. These movies, like they were written around that time. So I would think that the people making Doctor Strange were not talking to the people who were making Thor: Love and Thunder. That script was probably written and done. All of them were. And far after they filmed them, and way, 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 way far before they filmed them. Excuse me.
But this didn't Tiki Wakiti. Oh, what's his name?
Wow.
Tiki Wakiti? Is that what you call it?
Taika.
Oh, Taika Waititi.
Waititi.
Taika Waititi. Didn't he write this?
Thor, yes, but I don't think he was involved as much with Doctor Strange.
No, he wasn't involved in Doctor Strange at all. That was Sam Raimi. But like I think
Taika he don't need to make another Thor movie.
Nah, I'm good on that. Like,
that's not his lane.
Good, I'm good on that. Like what's my man? Chris Hemsworth has even said that in order for him to return to the role, like they need a completely change in direction for the character. Like,
that's the most polite way to say you trash.
Like he is done with that character right now. Like That's how bad that movie is. That's how bad the franchise that IP is right now. Like
They turned him into a caricature of itself.
yeah, like
That's why the movie is terrible.
It's too much. It's too much slapstick comedy, and it's not even funny. That's the worst part of it.
I'm not comfortable putting Thor above the first X-Men movie. I'm just not.
Love and Thunder.
Correct.
I said that I said 54.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Fantastic Four goes down.
I'm not no idea. I don't even.
I'm watching. Okay, storyline aside, the movie was exciting. I'm watching it before Fantastic Four. I'm watching it before Spider-Man 3. I'm also watching it before the Fantastic Four and the
I'll watch Spider-Man 3.
For real?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not.
I would absolutely watch Spider-Man 3 over this.
Excuse me. I would put it below Blade Trinity, but fine. So then we're moving Fantastic Four down.
Yes, that can definitely get bumped because I wouldn't watch that. I would. I couldn't put.
What did I do?
I wouldn't watch that. Either of those movies. I think. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Not a fan.
Last but not least, let's just go on ahead and get up here because we know this where we need to be. Where's Black Panther Wakanda Forever going?
Top 5.
Have we gotten to talk about this movie?
Nope. No,
yeah, I think we did. We talked about it last week. Week before last. We talked extensively.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dr. Umar.
I forgot about that. Hey yo. I forgot about that. Yeah, we did. We definitely had a long conversation.
Sorry,
that's where we ended the night too. That's the funny.
You know
I liked it more than the first one.
Can I just tell y'all that I had a lot to say about Black Panther after watching Avatar, and we can't talk about it because y'all did not watch Avatar.
I was preoccupied. Sorry, we had.
So if
I had a lot going on.
Within the next 2 weeks, so we could talk about Avatar 2 weeks from today.
Yeah,
I should be
life
able to see it.
Life happened. Life hit me with a motherfucking sledgehammer. Oop, sorry, I cursed.
That's how real it was. That is how real it got.
Where do y'all want to put Black Panther?
It's top 5. It's top 5 for sure.
You said you liked it better than the first one?
I liked it better than Black Panther, but see, this is where it gets difficult.
I'm about to say something.
Go ahead.
Y'all know I love Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Y'all know I love that movie. That's
you got it. You got it above Winter Soldier?
I think I would put Black Panther Wakanda Forever above the Winter Soldier.
Hey.
I would.
Tough. Winter Soldier.
I'm not gonna argue if y'all say absolutely not.
Honestly,
I'm not gonna argue.
I don't necessarily disagree with that because I'm thinking about the emotional tones of that movie and how well they handled that. Like,
well, that was great. But there's more to a movie than the emotional tones. You know what I mean? Action-wise, Winter Soldier definitely got it beat.
I disagree. Neymar was putting the skippity paps on him.
Well, I would say though, I think the fights had more weight in Winter Soldier. Like this was, I don't know it because I don't know. That's tough. Dang. I don't know.
This man just put Wakanda underwater.
It did get personal.
Did it quickly, and then he was like, "Yo, bury your dead. I'm gonna be back unless you handle what I need you to handle." Deuces. I thought
he really did. It was a good movie.
He was like, "Yeah, I killed your mom."
It was so good because it was so like it was like the emotional tones, yes, was superb, handled superbly.
Here's where I think it does separate for me. The choreography in Winter Soldier for the fights was better.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
wasn't as well choreographed. However, I think it does everything else better.
Story though, story wise, which one would you say is better?
I still
Pure story.
I still feel like this story was better.
I like the story of Wakanda Forever better.
I like the
This is
story of
literally
Wakanda
not
Forever.
like they're still very, very close, but I still think I'm putting Wakanda Forever
Because
too.
I did not know what to expect with the story going into it, and it still was better than what I thought like it was going to be for Wakanda Forever. Like that was a tremendous job that they did to handle that entire story, and like I feel like even Shuri's character development was far better than Steve's character development in Winter Soldier as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt about it.
I would
So
argue that Steve Rogers doesn't grow much in the MCU at all.
I
yeah,
think his eyes are just open. I think he's I think he becomes more aware of what's happening more so than his own
at,
growth
at what point?
with Hydra. Like all like just the how because he's so he goes from the real Boy Scout to like I've got to stand on the side of justice regardless of whether or not it's America. Like he kind of separates himself from America. Like he kind of is like, okay, this is what um I've got to do what's right. Like it doesn't matter like on the political spectrum. Like he's not going to be the toy soldier for the American War Machine anymore. Versus him in the first movie where he's like that's basically how he's used until he gets his own thing. But Shuri has to like her character development was far better than what Steve had to what Steve how Steve grew, I would say, in that movie. I think
So would
Steve
you
had
say
to he had to come to terms with the reality of what happened to his friend and like um him not being able to save him after during that mission, like all the things that happened, him being frozen in ice, so yeah, like that, there's some internal struggles for Steve with that. But like the emotional and the internal and the like, I mean, everything that Shuri had to go through in that movie was like crazy for me. So yeah, number two, I would put
number two?
While we're talking about the emotional aspect of Black Panther, I think that whole team deserves a little bit more kudos because I saw a movie recently that made me really emotional. And I was surprised by my emotion. It related to something personal that happened in my life a little too much. And I actually was expecting to feel this way in Black Panther. For those who don't know, I lost a sibling. My brother died when he was 19. And it's so funny how grief works because it hits me in weird times. For example, he was super light skinned, he had curly hair. And I was looking at a picture of Ice Spice one day and I wanted to send it to him and be like, dang, you look like Ice Spice. But I couldn't do that because he wasn't here. So that's just to say how, it's funny how things trigger you. Because I was really crying looking at a picture of Ice Spice. That's not what's supposed to make you cry. But he would have found it funny. It's the only reason why I'm laughing. But I was
oh
expecting
man.
to feel really emotional in Black Panther, and I wasn't. And I think it's because they recognize that as fans of the franchise, as fans of Chadwick Boseman, they needed to be delicate with how this was portrayed on screen. Like, yes, we felt the emotion, but I wouldn't say anybody was really boo-hoo crying in the theater. Like
Mm-mm.
they handled that with care. They handled it very gently, and I'm grateful. I kind of like how when we were watching what's the show on HBO with the black people and the superpowers?
Lovecraft Country.
Yes, thank you. Sorry. How Lovecraft Country handled how black people would view the multiple, black deaths or violence against black people on screen, and how they were like, okay, we have to be careful because we don't want to trigger too much in our people. Mm-hmm. They took a lot of care, and I would say a similar type of care in Black Panther that we don't see often in film. So I just wanted to give them that little extra shout out because I know I didn't talk about that last week.
I agree.
Yeah. That's what's up.
I agree. That's well said.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Spice. She wasn't feeling y'all. That was a lot faster than I thought.
Yeah, well, we didn't have to talk about the TV shows. That's a weird. I think there would be a lot of. Did we ever rank the TV shows?
And I think we did an informal ranking. We said Loki was the best, and the rest were not.
Let's see. We have some. What's this? That stops at 23. Why does that stop at 23?
Because that was just the MCU stuff. And then we did Fox, and then we did...
Yes.
Because, yeah, like...
Wow. Y'all really put Dark World at the bottom of that list. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
That's where it belonged. I don't know why it's so high on this one. I don't understand.
Because there's a lot of worse...
You got to rewatch it. The movie was not bad at all.
It was dull in comparison to what they were doing around it. But I think 2020 hindsight, watching it and seeing like the story elements, like there was a lot more.
It was heavy in story.
In the character. Then he has regressed, I would say. His character has regressed since that movie, which is wild. And I think that even the relationship between him and Loki was better handled in that movie than what we have seen of the last two films.
I mean, that was a main plot in the movie, was their relationship.
Yeah, and I think it was handled well.
We could argue that Loki was written better than Thor was because Loki, the show, was fantastic. And yes, Daniel Fisher, I'm hype as hell for Loki season 2. So without Loki, Thor is probably suffering.
I'm not hyped for anything right now. If I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not even hyped for Mandalorian season 3 or 4, whatever season this is. I'm not. I have no hype for anything.
Explain.
It's crazy. I don't know. It's just. Nothing,
because it's been a lot of trash out here. That's why.
Basically, I don't know what to expect. Like that's where I'm at. Like I don't know what to expect. I don't know where these stories are going. I'm so far. What are we in phase 5, phase 6?
Whatever the last phase was by way too fast. I will say
that.
Yeah,
phase 4, I think.
I think there's a lot of potential in 4 or 5, whatever phase this is. For the future and for the Ant-Man stuff, I'm excited to see Kang and all that, but like this, and COVID has a lot to do with it because they had 2 years where they couldn't do anything really, for at least a solid year and a half, and so like a lot of the hype is dead. A lot of the hype for the Star Wars stuff is like. There's no hype train for Star Wars. Like, and that was the problem even before COVID. Like they would wait till the absolute week before something came out to hype it, and it's weird. And I don't know, the continuity is not there yet either on the Star Wars side. Marvel side's got way more continuity, but I just have to, I don't know, just take things as they come. Kind of sort of like, but to get hyped before I see it, I don't know. It's just because you get too invested into something and it's like, yo, this is like, what is this? What am I watching right now? Like the TV shows have been so hot and cold. Like they're either really good or like a WTF. Did y'all just spend $10 million an episode on this for?
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest letdown in Marvel shows for me was definitely Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Just
Yeah.
because of COVID, they didn't want to release their original story, and it jacked up the entire show. It just didn't make much sense, to the point where releasing the show as it originally was and just dealing with the backlash would have probably been better than what they released. So I feel you on that. Andor has me kind of hyped though. Like I'm excited to see what Star Wars is going to do next.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more from that. The continuation of that story for sure. That's because that's to me that's been the best story wise. I feel like that's the best thing that they've done in the Disney era of Star Wars. The
Hands
Mandalorian
down.
has a lot of um, not nostalgia, but it does pay its respects to a lot of the lore. There's a lot more continuity, I would say, in Mandalorian. Like when there are references to lore things, you know that that's important. Whereas a lot of the other stuff is either an Easter egg or they had no idea what any of it what it meant. Like they were just throwing stuff in there, and there was no payoff for it. So, and Andor being such a concise and focused story, and one that's not often told in Star Wars, like it had that going for it, and it wasn't hyped, but I feel like that was the one that they probably should have hyped more. Like it had, I mean, in my opinion, like that's a story that even I would recommend somebody watching who has no idea what Star Wars is. I think that's how well written that story is. Like that, you don't have to know anything about Star Wars to follow that story and to enjoy
Yeah.
it. Like I feel like that is an absolutely great, especially for people who are not may not be into like the Force and all that stuff, like in like all the mystical elements of Star Wars. Like this, Andor did a really good job of fleshing out the non, or at least showcasing the non um, mythical side of Star Wars in that universe, because it has been done before. It's just not ever been done on screen, in my opinion.
So I've noticed that HBO shows are now on other platforms. Like the show True Blood, that was an HBO show, is on Hulu. I don't know how or why that happened, but I feel like Andor would do really well on a Sunday on HBO. I just feel
I
like
think it
it.
would too. I think it would
And
captivate most of those audiences that watch HBO.
if
I,
if they can make something work, because I can't see why that's a bad deal for HBO. Maybe Disney wouldn't want to, draw people to HBO. So to do that, don't put it on HBO Max, but have it come on, during a Sunday time slot on HBO. That would be killer. I also would like to see like the future of streaming. Like a lot of streaming sites are having problems right now. If True Blood was doing well on HBO Max, it wouldn't be on Hulu. It's very clear HBO Max has a lot of new content, and their old HBO content is not getting picked up. So why not sprinkle HBO content along across other platforms to see what can happen?
Yeah. Makes sense.
yeah, though, yeah, that is another. I forgot. Season 2 is like 2 years away, Daniel. Like, that sucks. But no, there should be some sort of cross pollination in where it makes sense for some content. But that's like a corporate decision. I'm not sure what happened. I know that they did promote Andor. I think the first 2 episodes on Hulu, and I'm not sure if they played. I'm not sure if the
They were
full.
on FX.
Yeah, but see, that's also owned by Disney. So like they cross pollinating across their brands makes a lot of sense, especially since they're trying to create a more diverse content offering. Um, that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like what's going to happen, and I think what may benefit them having this 2 year break after award show in the award season. I think this thing is going to take home a couple surprise awards, and it's going to get some eyes on it that maybe some people who didn't watch it when it first came out, and that will lead them to watch the show hopefully, and then I think it will get a lot more attention after the award season, and then they'll only have like a year to wait for the show to come out, really. But for season 2, because I don't know, like it's that show should get a lot more attention. It should get the same, like I think it should get the same amount of attention that the movies were able to get, like in the same amount of push and promotion from Disney that they were doing with the movies. Like it's that good. Like The Mandalorian and Andor have been the best things, in my opinion, that they have put out, and they should get equal attention because if they want to diversify the fan base of Star Wars and like make sure they got content for everybody, this is a great way to do it. Because like you got the animated stuff that's more for a younger audience, but still is enjoyable. I think that they should add more types of content in the animation side of things. Like they should do more things like Andor and focus on characters and stories that aren't necessarily wrapped in the Force themes.
Can I say, since we're gonna get Mando and Ahsoka before season 2 of Andor, I'm not mad that we have 2 whole years for Andor. In fact, that extra time could be what Andor needs to get picked up by other people. Like what Disney should be doing instead of trying to move that up, not to say that they are, should be to figure out ways to get people on that app.
Yeah, I agree.
2 years is probably a blessing more than a curse, because that's going to give more people more time to watch it. Because I think time has proven that people are okay with a break in between seasons. Like they already told us that House of Dragons is not coming back until 2025. That's fine. We'll be there in 2025 to watch it. So I don't think 2 years is too long anymore. They can work on that. They have no good though.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I don't see the issue with the break. I mean, for the fans, of course, it's going to be an issue because that's like you got to wait 2 years, but you will wait and you will watch it at the end of the day once it comes out, and it will be hopefully as good as or better than what you're hoping. And I gotta see what other content they've got. The Bad Batch season 2 is out now. I think that came out. The first 2 episodes came out this week. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. I'm not sure. This is it was okay. Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes. They were okay.
Coop Daddy Yoda asked, just curious, what do you think is the #1 missing ingredient from Marvel movies? Murder, more violence. I think there's a little too much of a family fun element, and sometimes superheroes need to get gritty, and they could do that more in those movies. I think all of them are fun and lighthearted. Movies like Captain America Civil War, Captain America the Winter Soldier, and now Black Panther are at the top of the list because they got a little bit more serious. I think they can get a little bit more serious, a lot more violent. I feel like a Punisher movie with the guy who played him on Netflix could be that. I don't know if we're going to get it, but I really enjoyed that. That's what Marvel's missing.
Yeah, they do need some more content with grit in it, and some like it. Sometimes it's just too triumphant. I feel like there's you know what the outcome will be in the end, and I think that takes away a lot of the potential in the story, or at least even with Andor's case, right? Like those victories didn't really feel like victories. Like they felt like, wow, we are lucky. Like, and we barely made it through that. Like it took a lot of things to happen in our favor for that outcome to happen. And I think it would benefit Marvel to have some of that in some of their stories, especially with some of their lesser superheroes, like the ones that don't have superpowers. Like some of those heroes need to have. That's what was good about the Punisher and the um, Daredevil series on Netflix. Like they felt way more grounded because they're not superheroes. Like they're not immortal. Like they can't take a punch like Thor. Like you know what I'm saying in the Hulk. Like they've they they win some and then they also lose probably as much as they win, if not more. And it just makes their victories that much sweeter because like like it's that perseverance is key. I think to be able to overcome like a great challenge and one that you know is great because they didn't succeed initially in it. Like they took some losses along the way. Like those are very important stories to tell. Like even I think honestly, I think most of the content across the Disney's portfolio right now is lacking in that. Even on the Star Wars front, like there's not a lot of. That's what was so great about even the Mandalorian and Andor. I think that's what separates them in many ways. Is there's your heroes don't always succeed, and they take losses that are very uh, monumental, I would say, or
That's why Black
big.
Panther was great.
Yeah, I mean that's why. Yeah, Black Panther 2 was tremendous. Like it was you felt those painful moments that Shuri had to go through. Like I mean, the entire cast had to go through. Like you know what um, the loss of Chadwick meant for everybody in the cast and crew, and the way that they handled that on screen through the character was fantastic. And then the way that created, they used that to create um, a bit of strife, I would say, for Shuri's character and expose her flaws and her weaknesses in that regard, so that she had to confront all of that in this movie and overcome it. Like those are important stories to tell within a hero because those are very relatable. Like we have as humans, we all have these flaws that we don't always acknowledge. And so like when you see that and when you see a hero you know confront their darker side and their flaws and things that are not necessarily heroic about themselves and overcome those challenges, those are really good stories to tell, and we don't have a lot of those in Marvel either.
Shout out
I
to
think
Black
that's why a
Panther.
lot of I think that's why a lot of people like the anti-hero too, because that's those heroes are in many ways more relatable uh, than the heroes because they come from you kind of understand their motivations, although they're not just like with it was I forget the villain in Black Panther 2. What's his name?
Namor?
Namor.
Namor.
Um, although he was the antagonist in that story, he never felt like a villain to me, and that is very important. Same
Black
thing
Panther
with
has a good
they got a good track record with that.
yeah. Because I mean a lot of people agreed with Killmonger. Like, yeah, he was bad, but he had some points. JBM Coop Daddy Yoda asked us what we think is the number one missing ingredient from the Marvel movies, and Coop and I agreed that it's grit. The movies are a little too light, and you know they got to bring a little darkness back into it.
You're
We
muted
can't.
or your mic is so.
Nope. Radio silence. Nope.
Nope, nope. All right. Well, we are about an hour into this.
Can I just
Hopefully,
say
we can get his. Hopefully, JBM get his audio.
before we leave, I am kind of hype about Quantumania, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying not to go crazy, but I feel like the Ant-Man
Oh,
movies.
hold on.
Oh,
Say something again.
Testing.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Good.
What's missing from
Okay.
Marvel?
Yeah, I would agree. That's Grit, spot on. Grit is missing it, but I think that's DC's lane to take up. I think MCU Grit is not their thing. Thanos was probably the closest to it.
But they've done it well before. We said that the Punisher was gritty. We said that Daredevil was gritty.
Which Punisher?
The Netflix.
That wasn't MCU.
Technically,
those are
I mean, it's Marvel.
creators.
It's Marvel Studios, but it wasn't. It's not under.
It wasn't a
Kevin
Marvel
Feige's.
Cinematic Universe. Yeah,
They can bring that in, and I think they can bring it in.
They have. That's the thing. They brought in those shows and those characters, and they dumbed it down. They removed the grit because they know that grit is not their lane.
I think,
I think Charlie Cox, I think, also acknowledged that too in the reboot of Daredevil, that it's not going to be.
They could do it, but
it's going to be like the Hulk, like She-Hulk. And there's no disrespect to She-Hulk. I loved She-Hulk, but that's not what I want Daredevil.
No. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like that, but I think it's not.
He said something like
as intense as
maintain. If they could maintain the tone without the gore, which is not possible because the gore set the tone. Yeah,
he said it's not. It's for a younger audience, and that was a concern.
We got to stop giving these kids
everything they want. I don't know what that.
Forget these kids, yo. Forget these kids.
I have these kids. First of all, it's 2023. People letting their kids watch violent movies anyway.
We was watching violent movies at like 4, right?
Absolutely. That's who I am.
I was at the theater watching Steven Seagal movies. I was no more than 5.
It's such a subjective argument because it's like, what do you like? Parents are going to take their kids to see the movie regardless. Like, if you have a certain preference for what you want to show your children, then of course you're not going to take them to certain things, like, and what have you. Like, but that is a parental decision. That is not. I don't think that's necessarily something that a company can determine for the parents or for the consumers. Like, that's just odd. Or they can just diversify the amount of content that they're putting out on their platforms. Like, have stuff. It can intermingle. Like, I mean, you've got all type. We do it all the time in literature. Like, and in comics. Like, there are comic books that are, for different types of audiences. I don't understand why there's such a hesitation on Disney's side to diversify their portfolio. Like, it's so strange.
They got a formula and they stick to it. It's like they've got budget. They've got to make sure whatever they make.
And I get that if you're going to the theater, right, and like the theater is your only brand, but you have a streaming service now, and you have a multitude of streaming services and platforms that you can put this content out on. Like, Hulu is not for. I wouldn't say Hulu is for young audiences. Like, what's the problem with creating Marvel content for Hulu? What's the problem with creating Star Wars content for Hulu? Like, what's the problem with
Disney Plus?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all. But they're owned by Disney. Like, Hulu and Disney is owned by Disney. They own Hulu. They own Disney Plus. They own FX. They own ABC, ESPN. Like, they have this huge portfolio that they can create a diversity. They can diversify their content platform and offering for different audiences. I don't understand what the hesitation is.
I would argue that money isn't even a good excuse because fake blood and practical explosions is starting to be cheaper than this freaking CGI. They could pull out a Punisher movie for easily a fraction of what they've been making these other movies for. It's one man with a spray painted vest, some guns, and a dream. That's the movie.
And even I don't know. Maybe it's the content creators, to be honest. Like, because look at Andor. Like, it's the same audience. Like, would you say that Andor is for a more mature audience? Like, because I don't think that there's anything in Andor that a 5-year-old would not be able to watch or consume. Like,
they wouldn't get all of it. A 5-year-old.
No, No, of course they wouldn't understand, but I didn't understand every aspect of Star Wars when I was 5, but I still enjoyed elements of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't.
And even like the
I don't know,
violence.
man.
My father took my brother when he was 11 years old and some of his friends to see Watchmen. I don't know about y'all fathers, but my father don't look at ratings. Oh, it's a superhero movie. And y'all know Mr. Manhattan's private parts was swinging all up and through that movie theater, and he had to take my brother's friends and home and apologize to their parents, like, dog, that movie was not what I thought it was gonna be. But their dads didn't know either. It was just a pure dad failure moment that, like, he's done a million times. He's not looking at ratings. And at the end of the day, my brother would have probably ended up seeing the movie anyway.
Yeah.
So like
it's because at the end of the day, it's a parental decision. Like, they're going to let them kids see the movie or they're not. Like, it's, and even if they don't, they will find a way to see it. Like, it's not. You can't. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's their MO. We'll see how
So
it gets.
DC, yeah. DC's lane is grit, and I'm looking forward to this new James Gunn DC. Hopefully, they make it dark content. We shall see.
I still don't understand why this is. I would never hype this up. This is something I would never.
It's crickets.
I can't.
Y'all been hating on DC for like 5 years, though. Be real.
What I mean,
and it's well deserved.
They've given me one movie.
That which one? Batman?
Yes.
What about Suicide Squad?
The newest one I enjoyed.
The newest one. Yeah,
that was fine, but it was.
What
not
about the Snyder
Batman.
cut? What about the Snyder cut?
Yeah, we had to fight tooth and nail for them to put out the Snyder cut.
But
and now they've mixed it. It's not even,
and it's no longer even a part of canon anymore. And they've gotten rid of every single one of those characters except for the
Ezra
Flash.
Miller.
Ezra freaking Miller. Like,
out of all people to save, you saved.
That's the only character that they have saved.
Hey,
like, I have no.
Ezra's protected.
I cannot understand.
Yeah. He got connections.
Bad
Ezra's in the right group.
Bad omen for me.
I forgot about the Hawkeye show and with Echo. When is Echo coming out?
Oh, I forgot all about Echo.
Me too. I liked her.
I forgot all about Hawkeye show.
What part of Hawkeye was dark? Please tell me, because what
Kingpin was dark. Mike, you got to expound.
Yeah, please, because the Kingpin that we got in Hawkeye and the Kingpin that we got on the Netflix show are not anywhere near the same character. You may as well. That's a multiversal character.
Well, they had him. He wasn't doing his own dirty work in this one. He wasn't getting down, but Echo definitely, was moving kind of.
Hawkeye's what told me this new Daredevil show is not going to be anywhere near what we would want it to be.
I enjoy.
I don't see. I want it to be more in line with what they did on Netflix. Like, I do not.
It's going to be nowhere near.
And it's nowhere,
you saw how Daredevil was in She-Hulk.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's not going to be anywhere.
That's what it's going to be.
I'm not mad at that though. Like, I felt like She-Hulk was. It is my opinion. I thought She-Hulk was for the ladies, for real. I just thought that was Marvel's way of trying to get more women viewers, and they chose to do a comedy show to do it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't have any complaints for that. I would like to see her in another realm, either in someone else's show or someone else's movie, being a little darker, but I enjoyed her show for what it was. I thought it was great. It was comedic. I loved it. So I'm not mad that he was like that in her show. I would argue that that's the same way that he was in Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home started out with him. It was the same Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't really see,
but he didn't really. Murdock. Yeah, that was a straight up. I feel like that was a cameo more so than what he had. He was featured. He had a more prominent role in
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk in No Man's Sky, or not No Man's Sky.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. I feel like the No Way Home thing was really a cameo and just a nod to let you just know that he's back as Daredevil. Because I mean, it was straight up lawyer talk. Like he was just being a lawyer in that. Like it wasn't.
And his suit is yellow in this one, right?
It's like red and yellow.
A little mustard going on.
Yeah, that's exactly how the show gonna be. Mustard.
What does that mean?
Yellow. It means it's not gonna be all the way.
Okay.
That's what it means. It's gonna be halfway Daredevil.
Random. Where did we rank the Daredevil movie?
With Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
It's way down there.
Oh yeah.
It's low.
It's at 59.
Yeah.
Electra 62.
It's way down there.
There's only 2 movies after Electra.
Yeah. Yeah, those are terrible. Those are terrible.
No pressure. Is there any chance y'all could watch Avatar within the next 14 days?
The next 14? Yeah, that's a good.
There's an absolute good chance. There were some. I've got more free time now.
So 2 weeks from today, that's the 19th.
Yes, when we're back, we'll talk about Avatar. I can commit to that because if not this weekend, sometime next week, I can go see Avatar.
Oh, I forgot to say that shout out to the U.S. Court system for getting one thing right ever. Tory Lanez did go to jail, and I did not have to act the fool in here. There's a whole bunch of people that need to go to jail too. Don't shoot at people because you're angry. I'm going to say something respectful, but I'm going to be a lady and keep it to myself.
Yes.
Unless what?
Unless what?
What was that?
I was saying I was going to say something disrespectful, but I'm going to be a lady and keep it to myself.
Dang, now I want to know. We'll do it off.
Yes, that was definitely. We didn't have to get into the shenanigans on this episode because that was definitely going to be something. They were definitely going to be
trial was enough shenanigans. That was enough shenanigans.
Right. We would definitely have to address that if the outcome were not what it was.
I would have started the show with that. Y'all wouldn't have had to worry. It would have been 5 minutes of yelling. You can't say that DC state killing everybody, but keeping Ezra Miller's Flash qualifies as shenanigans.
That is definitely shenanigans.
That is shenanigans. But
it doesn't make
sense. Israel's protected. Israel's protected. I keep saying it so people get it.
Oh man,
Ezra's protected. We in the right time.
That is all I got. Next week on the 14th on Twitch, I believe. I gotta check the invite again, but I will be on a content creator, Star Citizen content creator roundtable on the 14th. Ooh. So that'll be on Twitch. It will not be, and it's not hosted. It's Soul Citizens is hosting it. I'll put the information in the Discord once we have it because I haven't received all my links yet for that, but I did accept because. I think it's a good way to kick off a new year. It's a new year discussion about Star Citizen and upcoming content and all that stuff. So if you're interested, definitely tune in.
I too will be on Twitch at some point. I have no dates. I'm just going to do it and tell y'all. But I got some new Legos for Christmas. This is my Lego bonsai tree.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
I got options. It could be springtime or, we could keep it casual. And then the piece de resistance. Y'all, that's a jazz band.
Oh, that's cool.
It's huge. I will
not
be these on one stream because ain't nobody got time for that. I might do them in 3 parts or in quarters, but I would like to stream me putting these on. This one is pretty big. I want to think about as long as the box. So I will be working on this for quite some time. But that will be happening on Twitch whenever I feel like it. and I will check
Fantastic.
with y'all. I'm not interrupting what y'all got going on too.
Very nice.
Fantastic.
Thanks. I've been saving them because I was like, I'm not going to put them together because I've been putting other Lego stuff together, and I was like, I could have done that on Twitch. But my other Lego flowers, I have the Lego bouquet and I have the Lego orchid. They're really, really delicate. Like if you just knock into the dresser, all the petals fall off on the bouquet. So I might take them all apart and then put them back together with glue. I just got to figure out what glue is good for that because I'm not about to
plastic glue. I'll show. Hold on, I'll show you. Well, I'll show you after the stream. Forgot we was live.
Yeah, yeah. It's you model glue too is probably good as well. I think it's the same. But yeah, JVM, anything closing remarks?
No, man. Thank y'all for hanging with us. Appreciate it. That's it.
Well, as always, thank you for watching. Please like this video, and if you have not already, subscribe to our channel. Description bar below. Join us on Discord and buy some coffee because you love us. Follow us at Certified Gumbo, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook. I think that's it.
I think that's it. Yes, that was. Yes. That was rusty. We are rusty, but we'll get back to the swing of things. As I always say, peace, love, blessings, and may the force be with you always.